Are buyers really waiving home inspections right now? Hey everyone, it's Austin Solomon, the Solomon Group at Coldwell Banker. Welcome to this week's episode of the Wausau Real Estate Show. Look, the market is intense right now. There's very few homes on the market. And when a good one comes up, it's not uncommon to see 5, 6, 7, 8 offers come in on that property. And with that kind of competition, we're seeing buyers paying well over asking, covering appraisal deficits, and a lot of times waiving inspections. Right? Now, this is not something that I promote, waiving an inspection, right? But the reality is there's 6, 7, 8 offers on a property. One of them doesn't have an inspection and has really good other terms, and one of them does. One of them doesn't. One of them does. The seller's going to weigh that in their decision, right? The seller's going to do what's best for them. So you might say that's crazy, that's risky, which makes sense, right? But in an effort to get their offer accepted, the buyers a lot of times are waiving those inspections. Now, you might say, well, Austin, do I have to waive an inspection to be competitive? Well, the answer is no, right? A lot of times what I'll do with my buyers is we'll get creative on how we draft the inspection contingency, and that's really the tip for today, is creating a way that you can tell the sellers, hey, we still want to do a home inspection, but we're going to make it more appealing for you as the seller than if we didn't modify the inspection. Here's what I'm talking about, right? You can tell the sellers, hey sellers, we still want to do a home inspection for peace of mind, but we're only worried about major issues. If there's some small items that come back on the inspection, we're not going to nitpick. We're only worried about major items. Now, how do you put that into a easy to understand format for the seller to understand? You could say, hey sellers, if an individual item comes back that's less than X amount, in this case we'll say $500, but it could be anything. If an individual item comes back that's less than $500 to fix, seller, we're not going to ask you to make that repair. And for the purpose of the offer, it's not even going to be considered a defect. And you can make that offer or make that number whatever you'd like. It could be 500, could be 250, could be 1,000, 2,000. Obviously, for the seller, the more, the better. It's whatever you're comfortable with, right? But this tells the seller that, hey, yeah, they're only concerned about something major, right? And the seller might think, you know what? I've been in this house for 10 years. There's nothing really major wrong with this home. I'm fine with having a home inspection because, as long as they're going to take care of all the little things that come along with an inspection, I'm not too concerned, right? So, do you have to waive an inspection to be competitive? No, you don't. You might consider getting creative, modifying that inspection to provide some kind of protection to the seller so they know that after the inspection, you're not going to come back with a laundry list of fixes, right? So are buyers really waiving inspections right now? They are. It's a competitive market, and buyers know, hey, if I don't do this inspection, that's going to put me more towards the top of the offer list, right? Now, you have to decide as a buyer if that's something you're comfortable doing, and if you're not, right, hey, are there other ways that we can make it so that you can still have that peace of mind and feel comfortable, and that we can still get your offer accepted in a competitive situation? Thanks so much for tuning into this week's episode of The Real. We'll catch you on next week's episode.